week's recipe video. So this week I'm going to show you how to make the most delicious egg muffins. So not only are these an amazing way to use up all the leftover vegetables from your fridge, but they make a really healthy, filling, high protein snack, which is excellent to have on hand, especially if your kids are off school at the moment or you're working from home because of the coronavirus and you're looking for healthy snacks. They make an excellent packed lunch or a breakfast on the go because you can literally make a big batch of them and then store them in the fridge and they last really well for about a week. Okay, so to make these you will need a muffin tray. Now I personally like using these silicone trays because they're really easy just to pop the egg muffins out, but if you are using a standard baking tray then just grease the edges or use some paper cupcake cases to fill so that it doesn't stick. And then the vegetables that I'm going to be using, I'm going to be using some red pepper, some mushrooms, some spinach and some thyme, but you can mix it up and add whichever vegetables you like, and also depending on the taste buds in your house you can maybe personalise them, or if you want to make them a bit more indulgent you could add some good quality bacon or good quality cheese. So first of all I'm just going to lightly cook my mushrooms. And I'm going to be using some spinach as well, and I'm going to cook this down purely because then it reduces as it cooks, so we're going to get way more spinach into our little muffins. Spinach is full of vitamins and minerals and antioxidants as well, so it's a really good thing to include. Then I'm going to add some garlic. So garlic is going to give it a lovely flavour, but I've actually chopped this and then left it for about 10-15 minutes because by doing that it stops the heat from affecting the nutrients in the garlic. I'm just going to add a splash of water to help the spinach to wilt. So now we're going to fill our muffin tray, and the idea is to kind of fill these with as much veg as possible. So I'm going to start off with some spinach. As the spinach cooks it does release quite a lot of water, so you just want to avoid putting too much water into your egg muffins. The mushrooms give it a really meaty kind of lovely flavour and texture. The red bell pepper has more vitamin C than an orange, so that's going to be really helpful in helping to protect our immune system at the moment. And by having them raw we're going to be getting more of the nutrients, but also they're going to add a lovely texture, a bit of crunch and a nice kind of sweet taste. The thyme adds a really gorgeous flavour to these egg muffins, and also herbs do carry their own medicinal properties, so thyme is very good for easing colds and coughs, so it's excellent at this time of year. And I'm just going to pull some leaves off and then sprinkle them into our muffins. And obviously if you don't like thyme then you can have a play around and use whichever herbs you like: oregano, parsley, coriander, basil. I'm just going to give them a little mix so that it's all nicely combined. Okay, so that's ready to go. So I'm now going to get our egg mixture together. Give them a nice whisk together. I'm going to add in some salt and pepper. And then I'm just going to fill up my cups. So the eggs provide a really good source of protein and healthy fat, but when you do buy eggs it's important to get good quality eggs so they don't contain like hormones and antibiotics and things like that. Interestingly, eggs are one of the few foods that actually contains naturally occurring vitamin D, which is something that all of us really need at this time of year, and it's found in the yolk, so that's why these are brilliant. So if you're using a silicone tray, you can see that I've put mine onto a baking tray, and that's because once you've put the egg mixture in it's really easy to spill. So by putting it on a baking tray you've got kind of like a hard base that you can use to move it and transport it in and out of the oven. So these are now going to go into the oven and bake for about 20 to 25 minutes until all of the liquid in the centre has gone and they're nice and set. So I've got them out of the oven and then I've allowed them to cool. And when they're cooking, if when you go to open the door and you check them and they've soufflé up, that's absolutely normal, don't worry about that. They will sink down again, it's just part of the cooking process. So now you can take them out of the tray. Once they've kind of cooled for a few minutes, take them out of the tray and put them onto a plate. If you need to run a knife around the outside to make sure they're not stuck, then you can do that too. So there you have these amazing little gorgeous muffins that taste absolutely delicious and are really filling and satisfying, so enjoy.